Hello and welcome to the 5th edition of 6 Tips at 6. My name is Pam Okeson, Community Engagement Librarian at Porte County Public Library. All of our previous 6 Tips at 6 sessions are available on the library's YouTube channel, and they include topics such as YouTube as Overdrive, Canopy, Tumblebooks, or Flipster. Today's 6 tips will get you started with BookFlix for interactive ebooks. BookFlix is a website with animated and interactive ebooks that bring stories to life. It has 140 animated books filled with adventure, music, and interactive games. It's perfect for kids pre-K through 3rd grade, and it helps reinforce early reading skills. There are also lesson plans and other educator resources available on BookFlix, making it a perfect resource for teachers as well as parents. Let me share my screen. Okay, so we'll get started with laportelibrary.org, the website for the library. And while we're here, I want to scroll down and show you that our virtual branch hours are posted here. We frequently update the website, so this is a great place to come back often to get information about what's happening at the library. And if you do need help, these virtual branch hours are when you can call, email, or chat with a librarian to get some help. So let's start with our menu, Library Online, and then Stream and Download. When you get to this page, scroll down just a bit until you find BookFlix. And to get started, you'll simply click on the BookFlix image, and it will open BookFlix in another page. And you'll type in your library card number. The first thing you'll see when you get to BookFlix is a little welcome message. There's a tutorial or a little intro on the start button, but if you click skip the intro, you can get right into BookFlix. So you'll notice one of the first thing that happens is you'll have a narrator. So this is tip number 2. How does it work? There's narration and some coaching from a little friendly guy on BookFlix to help the kids find their way around. The books are all paired books. There's always a fiction book and a nonfiction book paired together. And then along the rest of the page, there are 9 themes with more book pairs in each of those themes. There's 70 pairs altogether, so about 140 total books. Let's look at how to read. Tip number 3. That was the featured pair that I clicked on there. And to read, you simply click on the cover of the book or go down to the bottom where it says watch the story. So let's open the player. And you'll notice it starts right away with the story. I'm going to pause so we can take a look around here. The viewer is very similar to most video players. You have your play and your audio control option to advance in the story. There's even an option here to go full screen. So let's advance a little bit and just see what it looks like when a story is being read. So you notice as the book is read aloud, the words are highlighted on the bottom of the page. Let's go back to start and see the book paired together and take a look at the book viewer for nonfiction titles. It's slightly different. It has an arrow on the right side, and then once you've gotten into the book, you can go to the previous page by clicking on the left side. This is more of a traditional reading experience where the kids can read and go forward and backwards in the book. But there's also an option to have the book read aloud. So I'm going to click this. It's going to read the page for us. All right. There would be an option to replay the page here, or if someone wanted to have the page read slower, there's an option to slow it down. In the upper right-hand corner of this page, there's also an option to go full screen with this book. So that's how you read. Tip number 4 is finding titles. We're going to return to the home page by clicking the home button at the top. All right, so as I mentioned earlier, you can explore inside of each of these categories to find more book pairs. But up at the very top here, there's also an option to search by title. You could type a title in there and search to see if we have that title. Another great feature of BookFlix is that some of the book pairs are available in Spanish. So let's take a look at how we would find those. So this is the category Animals and Nature. And if we look, some of the book pairs have a little red ribbon on the side with the letters ES. That means that the titles in that pair are available in both English and Spanish. If we wanted to see just the Spanish books in this group, up at the very top, we could click on the Espanol toggle button, and that will filter out all of the books without Spanish options and show us all of the pairs of books that have Spanish and English options. So let's look at how you would read a book in Spanish. It's the same way that we did before. We're going to click on the title to get to the book viewer. But at the bottom of the viewer, there's an Espanol button. And in the nonfiction titles, the Espanol button is going to be in the top of the viewer. So let's just advance ahead a wee bit, and I'll press play. I'm sorry, I didn't press Spanish first, so let's get there first and advance forward. And you can see it translates the book to Spanish and reads it out loud in Spanish. It's a great feature. Okay, tip number 5. What are the additional features that are available in the book pair here? There are interactive educational games under Puzzlers. The first one is Word Match, which focuses on vocabulary in the book pair. Fact or Fiction helps practice identifying facts versus fiction. And then Which Came First is a game or a little puzzle that helps work on the sequencing of the story. So it helps kids practice there. Students can also explore tools on the web. So this is Explore the Web is a list of internet links available so kids can go and learn more or do additional research on the topic. These links are reviewed frequently and updated frequently so that they're safe for the students to navigate to. They're high quality resources for them to look at. And we can just feel good for them exploring with this sort of filtered or curated list of web links. One other feature here on the side is Meet the Creators. And this is information about both the author and the illustrator. And there's a little symbol right here. It's got the sound or audio symbol on it. If we clicked that, it would read the author's name and then this paragraph about the author out loud to us. By clicking more, we would find a page with more information about this author, same for the illustrator. It opens in a pop-up tab, and I'm not sure it would show on the screen, so I'm not going to click it here. All right, we're up to tip number 6. Way up in the upper right-hand corner, there is support for educators and parents. It's a little apple symbol sitting on top of a book. And when you click on that, you have the option to go to Resources and Tools. And on this page, you will see all of the paired titles with additional information about the pair. So things that can be interesting to find details on here are like maybe the grade level for the pair, Lexile level, perhaps the running time or the play time for the book being read aloud. One nice feature here is the Google Classroom integration. So by clicking this little classroom symbol, it will take you to, if you're logged into the Google world, it will take you to the option of adding this link to one of your classrooms, and you can assign that work to students. And last but not least, at the very bottom of the pair, there's a lesson plan. And when you click on the lesson plan, you get a page full of information on the book, along with learning objectives, before viewing, after viewing activities, paired text activities, as well as some information for further research, some assessment suggestions, and finally, lovely, an option to print the page. You can print the page and have those at your desk or at the ready, making it just a great way to help build your tools and support your students get ready for your classroom lessons. So, all right, well, that is BookFlix for us. Do we have any questions tonight? All right, no questions. Well, join us next week for 6 Tips at 6. We will be taking a look at Gale legal forms. This is an online tool for finding legal forms in the through the library's website, and we will guide you through some tips on finding resources there. Thanks, and have a great evening.